Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world, talking about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. So there was a lot of interviews done from a lot of these free agent signings, and I think one of the more exciting signings that we got, interestingly enough, is Lotto Johnson. I don't understand why. He hasn't really produced a ton. He has a lot of good measurables, and he has kind of like the frame that I think Pete Carroll and Patrick Graham look for in a player with along with the versatility. He's been more of a special teams guy, but I don't know, man. It just seems like he's one of the diamonds in the rough. I think a lot of scouts out there and a lot of people are looking at Lotto Johnson as being kind of a steal. But before we get to that, I want to make sure everyone please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. It's a great way to support the channel. We're growing together, guys. The grassroots effort, just us, Raiders Nation versus the world. It's absolutely free, like I said, and it's the bare minimum you can do to help this channel besides doing absolutely nothing and watching the video, which, of course, I always appreciate. All right, guys, let's get to it. So like I was saying, Lotto Johnson is just getting a lot of attention from a lot of different people about maybe a super under-the-radar signing and guy who can be put in a position to make a lot of plays for us going forward, which I can always appreciate. But he sat down with Eddie Pascal, and this is what he had to say.
And very excited to be joined by one of the newest members of the Las Vegas Raiders, Lonnie Johnson Jr. Lonnie, congratulations, I should say. Exciting day here in the building. Before we get rolling, man, I got to give you credit because when we were waiting here, I see the family walk by. Definitely. Everyone's already in Raider gear. Definitely. They got the starter jackets, the silver and black memo. Congratulations, man. Pretty cool deal.
Man, thank you, man. Honestly, I'm just excited to be here.
So let me ask you this. What about kind of this situation in Vegas with the Raiders, kind of at this point for you as a person, as a player, for the family? Like, what about this made sense for you right now?
Honestly, because it was a great opportunity for me, honestly, to show what I can do and get back on the field defensively, whether that's in different positions or however they chose to use me. But it was a great opportunity for me to get back on the field defensively.
Yeah, and it feels like just one of those opportunities, and it feels like kind of the word of the offseason around here, a chance to compete, right? A Definitely. Chance to go out there and show like, hey, this is what I'm about, this is what I can do. Doesn't matter what happened at the last spot or the spot before that, like I'm here today to compete, to be the best version of myself for the Raiders. Was that kind of part of the thought process too?
Man, absolutely. Like, whatever they needed out of me and whatever they needed me to do, it was time to just change the narrative of myself and to come in here and compete. That's all you want to do. You want to compete, and they putting that at every position. So that's what we're here to do.
You know, is it exciting for you? I guess, does it make sense, right, where you come in and you've been in the league where you've kind of seen new regimes come in, new coaching staffs. Like for a guy like you who comes in with this new staff, right? Like it's going to be a lot of new in 2025 for the Raiders, but I think with that newness comes kind of a clean slate for everyone, right? So is that exciting for you to come in here and be like, listen, it doesn't matter with me, there are other guys, what happened, like we're here today to be the best version of ourselves, and there's no kind of preconceived notions about anyone from any of the staff?
Nah, definitely. Pete Carroll's, he's already pretty much getting ready for the gold jacket, so like a guy like that being running the ship, you got guys like Maxx Crosby that's been here putting in the work obviously for years, and you get guys like me, Chin, EJ, Stokes coming in and just trying to work, showing what we can bring to the table with what are they already had. So the main goal is just to win. We're not in a rebuilding phase, I would say. We're not in a ground-breaking phase. We trying to get to what you got already, add some pieces to it, and then get to the main goal is to win the championship.
I asked Jeremy this a few minutes ago just about kind of that unique situation that he's in, and you're kind of in that same spot too, where you look at the state of this DB room for the Raiders in 2025. A lot of young dudes, man. A lot of guys who are still, I don't want to say like trying to find their way at all, but a lot of guys who are still kind of on the ascent, right? And then you have guys like Jeremy, guys like you who've been in the league for a minute, right? Who have played a lot of football, who kind of understand what it takes to play at a high level. Like, is it good to kind of have that balance of guys who are on the ascent, but also dudes who are still, who do have a little bit more experience?
Yeah, because obviously, like, something that I see on the field or are already seen, they probably haven't saw already. So I can help a younger guy, or a young guy can probably help me in something, So it's just balance. You want to have balance over the room, but obviously it's in the coach how to coaches coach. You know what I'm saying? And Rob, he's been coaching the league for about 18 years, I would say. So with his knowledge, and he played in the league for 12 years. So with his knowledge of the game, transferring that to some older guys in the room or middle-aged guys in the room to the younger guys, I think it's all cohesive.
You know, the one thing I always bring up about M-Rob, too, is I'll date myself a little bit here, but when Charles Woodson came back, and Charles already, like you talk about a guy getting fitted for the gold jacket, if Charles Woodson never played another snap, he would have gone to the Hall of Fame by the time he came back here for that second time. But a dude who was so established, had so many accolades already, and he brought up M-Rob all the time as a guy who helped him get even better, you know, in that latter chapter of his career. So I think, you know, it's got to be exciting for you as a guy comes in, have a chance to work with M-Rob too. But like, listen, if one of the greatest of all time says, hey, this is the guy, like this is a dude I should be listening to.
Definitely. M-Rob was with me in New Orleans. So he was definitely the main reason of the decision to come to the Raiders. You know, it was other options out there, but like when you got a guy and a coach that believes in you and trusts in you, there's no doubt that I'm gonna follow that guy and try to do my best to listen to what he got to say, because he already done it. So he can show me a better way and help me elevate my game, and he know me and like I know him.
You know, how important is that familiarity for guys coming into a new situation, right? We talked about so much new in 2025 for the Raiders. That's up and down the roster with Pete and Spytek. Chip Kelly's here on the offensive side of the football. But, like, you talk about M-Rob being a dude that you've known, a guy that you can trust. Like, how important is that for you as you and your family go through a year where it is going to be a lot of new things?
Because I'm at this stage in my career now that I've been moving around a lot. So with that happening, you get a coach that believes in you and trusts in you like M-Rod did with me in New Orleans. I get a second chance to do that again with him. I'm going make that happen. That way, if I do what I'm supposed to do on the field here in Las Vegas, you would get a coach that is going to stand on the table for you for contract-wise and make sure that I'm here long-term and finishing my career in Vegas.
You know, we were talking before we started rolling about the really well-done profile that the NFL did on you a few years ago as you were getting ready to go through the draft process and kind of the, you know, the ups and downs of this really, you know, tumultuous childhood that you had there in Indiana. Like, obviously, with all that behind you now and a day today, like a day of celebration, right? A day of excitement, a day of new chapters, of new beginnings, right? Like, do you kind of let yourself think back to that young dude back in Indiana and be like, man, if I could have told him, hey, it's gonna be okay. Like, there's gonna be some bumps along the road, but it's gonna be okay.
Man, honestly, if I can go back and tell myself something different, I probably wouldn't. You know, because like everything that I've been through and still going through in my career now has made me become the person I am today. So I wouldn't change nothing or tell myself nothing from now to then. I would just look back on it like I always do now and be like, man, I did go through a lot, but I'm still going through stuff. The bouncing around team is not easy either.
You know, is it exciting for you, before I let you go? We talk about Las Vegas. We talk about playing at Allegiant Stadium, that beautiful palace down there off the Strip. Like, it's got to be exciting for you, the family, this new chapter in, you know, with one of the most storied organizations in North American sports and this brand new stadium, right? Like, are you excited to kind of experience all of Vegas and what it has to offer for you guys?
Man, so I did last year when I played in Carolina.
That's right.
So we came here to play. And the first thing I said, I was like, man, this stadium is beautiful. Like, everything they got going on. You know, growing up, you hear so much about the Raider fans. You know, you want to be a Raider. For some reason, it is in you. You know, everybody got that, I want to be a Raider at some point, you know, going down in their career. And I got that chance for me now. And man, honestly, I'm so ready and excited for what God has for me and what Vegas and the Raiders got for me too.
And it's got to be nice come week one, right, where those fans are going to be cheering for you this time. They're not going to be giving you the business down there at Allegiant.
For sure, yeah, man. I can't wait, man. I'm just excited, man. I hope they're excited too. So obviously they don't know too much about me as far as like defensively. They know a lot about me special teams wise, but I think I'm about to shock a lot of people.
Man, that's the plan. And we talk about compete being one of the themes of the offseason. Excitement is another one, too. Well, Lonnie, it was so great to meet you, man. Congratulations on everything. I promise I won't bug you for too much for a little bit, but I will come bug you again, all right?
Oh, nah, no doubt, man. Appreciate it.
Wow, guys. I don't know about you guys, but, man, every time I hear and read more about Lonnie Johnson Jr., I just like him more and more. The main thing that really got my attention from this video was the fact It's how much emphasis Lotto put on the ability to show what he has. He understands that he hasn't put his best foot forward in his NFL career, being kind of a career special teams guy now. But I feel that he knows deep inside, and I think that Pete Carroll knows too, that Lotto Johnson has a lot more to prove defensively. And I really do think it's going to be a great fit for us in the secondary. I don't know why. I just like the way that he's betting on himself and saying, I'm not afraid to take this small contract because I know that if I'm put in that position to be able to show what I can do, I'm going to be able to show out and prove to everyone that I should be a player that plays a ton of defensive snaps and is a big contributor on defense. That's what we want, and that's what we need in the secondary is guys who have good measurables, who are versatile, and are hungry to prove what they have left in the tank. And I think Lotto Johnson has a ton left for us. All right, guys, that's my time for today. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. In the comments, let me know what you think about this video and my other ones. If you watched this far and you have not subscribed yet, please do so. It really helps this channel out a lot. It's a great way for you to support. It's absolutely free. And honestly, it's the bare minimum you can do to help this channel besides doing absolutely nothing and watching the video, which I appreciate as well. All right, guys. Until next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.